Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review by Purecast9. If you haven't joined this family already, it's really simple. Just click on the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and that's it. You're a part of this family forever. With that said, today I'm giving you my review of the boAt Airdopes 211. Now, these are a pair of truly wireless stereo earbuds from the house of boAt. And the reason I had to get myself this is because I have been using boAt Bluetooth speakers for a couple of years now, and I just love their product. So I had to give myself the opportunity to review these and give you guys my verdict in case any of you wanted to buy them. So the boAt Airdopes 211 are, without a compromise, absolutely, unapologetically plastic. So there is no metal infusion anywhere. It's just simple, glossy plastic. Now I'm a fan of matte finishes, especially because I just love the feel of matte finishes on my finger. They do not attract fingerprints as much as a glossy surface would, but you make do with what you have. So the earbuds themselves are of glossy finish, and the surfaces on top are touch sensitive, so there is no physical button on the earbuds. These surfaces double as your play, pause, answering and ending calls, and skipping to the next track. So it's touch sensitive and pretty intuitive controls and fairly easy to use. One thing I should mention, if you guys do get this, as we always do whenever we open a product, the first thing we throw away is the manual. I mean, I at least do that. I always chuck away the manual because, most of us already know everything there is to know. But if you get these, make sure you do not throw away the manual, because there is a lot of functionality of how you pair them in case there is a trouble pairing, how you need to solve that, and what are the different functions. Those are explained very well in the manual, so make sure you don't throw it away, keep it and learn it, because it will help you. So with that said, you also get a charging case. As with all truly wireless earbuds, the charging case charges these earphones from 0 to 100% in about an hour or so, an hour and 15-20 minutes max. The charging case has a capacity of 450 milliamp hours, so in around I think 2 hours or so max, it will be completely charged. It's got LEDs, 4 LEDs at the back of the charging case, so they let you know the power, the charge of the earbuds inside, and the case itself. It's 100% when the four LEDs are lit up, and you get the idea. So all of these are explained in detail in the manual, so make sure you go through that. Now you get different sized ear tips, so make sure, because these don't have any sort of noise cancellation, passive noise cancellation obviously, so if you get the right fit of the ear tips and the earphone, they are kind enough to supply you with an extra pair of different sizes. So make sure you get the right fit, because that will provide you with the best isolation from ambient and outside noise. Now let me get into the main thing, which is the sound. So truth be told, I had really high expectations because it's a product from boAt and I have been impressed in the past. I have used their wired earphones, the boAt Baseheads 225, and to this day it's such an amazing pair of in-ear earphones that I still use it as one of my daily drivers in terms of earphones. With the boAt Airdopes 211, the first thing that struck me was when I played a number of tracks. I played classical rock, hard rock, hip hop, classical, dubstep, Bollywood songs, you name it. I heard all of them. So the first thing that struck me was I felt that it's over sharpened the highs and the mids. So you guys, if you've seen my reviews and comparisons, you know that I always judge sound based on broadly the 3 frequencies and how the speaker or the earphones produce them. The highs, the mids, and the lows or bass. So the highs are where the really shrill and sharp instruments lie. The mids are where mainly the vocals lie, it makes up for the body of the music. And the low is the bass. The highs and mids are the thing that will first hit you when you put these earphones on and play any music. For my taste personally, I found that the highs are really over sharpened and the mids are a bit thin. They don't have the body or the roundness which otherwise makes for a very rich and good, pleasant listening experience. So the sound is a little on the cooler side because it's sharper, and at max volume there was a bit of crackling. It was almost like, at times, not on all tracks, but a few tracks, it's almost like the drivers of these earbuds was having trouble producing the highs and the mids, and it's because boAt has tuned the drivers in a way that it really over sharpened the vocals and the higher frequencies. So that is something that kind of irritated me, because whenever vocals and these two frequencies, the mids and highs, are over sharpened, after a point of use, if you're continuously listening to songs, it gets kind of unpleasant. You know, it could give you a headache, or I don't know. For me, I can't use them for so long if it sounds so sharp. And then we come to the lows or the bass, and the first thing that happened to me when I listened to some of my favorite tracks, bass heavy tracks, this is what happened. हाँ हेलो, हाँ बोट भाई, कैसे हो? भाभी ठीक है? हाँ चलो, हाँ सब ठीक है। हाँ मैं फ़ोन किया इसलिए क्योंकि मैंने बोAt Airdopes 211 खरीदा। हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो ट्रूली वायरलेस ईयरबड्स। हाँ, मगर एक चीज़ नहीं मिला इसके साथ, वो बेस जो होता है ना, लो एंड बेस, वो नहीं मिला इसके साथ। शायद डिलीवरी कुरियर में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ है। ज़रा देखिए, अगर मिले तो वो लो एंड जो बेस जो थंब है ना, उसको भेज देना, ठीक है? ओके, हाँ चलो बाय। सो यस, इट लैक्ड बेस, and this was really disappointing because first of all, these are in-ear earbuds. So they already give you that isolation, and you expect the bass to be good. Especially it's a boAt product, and their bass has always been very impressive. But it's like most tracks, and this is me not using any sort of equalizer to manipulate the sound. The equalizer was off, and I was just listening to songs as it was produced by the earbuds, and the bass is so shallow. I mean, absolutely, if you're a bass head, you'll be very disappointed. If you are listening to mostly vocals, or if you are listening to tracks where the bass is not really prevalent anyway, then the highs and mids will make up for it because they're really sharp. It's got a lot of clarity, I'll give it that. But it's got a lot of clarity, but it does lack. It lacks quality. The quality of the mids and highs are not as good as boAt has spoilt me with in the past. Not high quality, and the bass is lacking, to say the least. I mean, it is there, it's not absolutely absent, but I have heard the same tracks on my Bluetooth speakers, I've heard the same tracks on other earphones, in-ear earphones, even earphones from boAt itself, and the bass is so rich and round and undistorted. But the boAt Airdopes 211 just seems to, they've decided to leave out the bass for some reason, and that was really disappointing. So to sum up, the highs and mids produced by the boAt Airdopes 211 are really sharp, too sharp for my personal taste, over sharpened, and not of very good quality. The lows, like I said, very, very disappointing, and I'm not happy at all with the bass. So in terms of sound, the max I could give this, I mean, if I'm being really lenient, I'd give it a 2.8 out of 5. I can't give it a 3 because 3 is like it's over the 50% mark, and I just cannot give it a 3 out of 5. It's 2.8. Now it's priced at around $2,500, $2,499, and during lightning deals on Amazon, you get it for as low as $2,300. So if you look at the price, it is definitely cheaper than many other truly wireless earbuds out there, which are over the 3,000 rupee mark, or at least 2,999. But because it reduced the price, it's compromised on the quality of the sound. It's got 8mm drivers inside, which in normal wired earphones, which I've used in the past, they were more than sufficient to produce all the frequencies very well and in a much higher quality. This misses the mark by a mile. So it's compromised on sound. The plastic build, although yes, it makes it very lightweight, and even while moving about, it does not fall off from your ear. The ear fins keep it snug, but it somehow feels cheap. You know, it's light, but it somehow doesn't feel of a very good or high quality. And maybe that's because it's so glossy and shiny that it looks kind of toyish instead of a matte finish that gives it that classy, stealthy look. Now, battery life, at one go, 3.5 hours is the max it can last, but that's not at 100% volume. That's if you're listening to it at 70% volume. And volume is not extraordinarily high. It's okay, it's loud enough, it's not low. And speaking of which, it's given intuitive touch sensitive controls on the earbuds themselves, no buttons, very good. But the main reason I'm going to use earbuds which are stuck to my ear for hours on end, it's because my phone could be at a distance or my phone could be in my pocket and it could be difficult for me to reach my phone. And it should be such that I should not need to reach for my phone if I can do everything from the earbuds themselves. What if I need to lower the volume? You can't. If you want to lower the volume, you'll have to take out your phone and lower the volume from the phone. Now, if you want to answer end calls, yes, you can. It's got a microphone. Voice quality is also clear, but it is only the left headset that can take the incoming calls. It will also be notified only on the left headset. The sound, once you answer the call, can only be heard in the left headset, not on both. Why? Everybody else has got stereo sound even for incoming calls, and you can answer them with any. Now, battery performance should have been better, and but for the price point, I'm sure that is where they've made the compromises on the battery capacity of the earbuds themselves. Now, the good things are it's light. The LEDs on the earbuds themselves are very bright, so very visible even in daylight. The LEDs on the case, on the back of the case, are also very bright. So all in all, these are the little bits that I like, but this is me trying really hard to like it. But if sound is the main criteria, guys, and if you're a bass head, I would not recommend these earbuds. But if you are on a really tight budget and you want something that does not sound horrible and it does an okay job, not great or good by any means, it's okay, then you can definitely go for these. The link to this product will be in the description below. You can buy it from there. Make sure you get it during a lightning deal because you'll save a couple of bucks more and then it could be worth it. But as far as sound is concerned, and because you guys know that I have to keep my reviews brutally honest, I wasn't satisfied. Anyway, guys, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, smash that like button, and subscribe to PureCast if you haven't already. And as always, I'll catch you guys the next one. Cheers.